What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, revisiting a deck that I haven't played in a really long time, and that's Cyber-Stein. So before I had like summoned a bunch of monsters, put a bunch of dragoons out there, DP, whatever the case may be, but I found a deck on YGO Pro Deck that I will link in the description that streamlines the Cyber style like way down. So the combo's easier, and it's also an FTK, so you don't have to worry about what your opponent has in their hand if you get to a certain point. Two hand traps, and then he's playing Sky Striker with like Mystic Mine. This is so funny. But imagine hand trapping your opponent 2 times and still losing through an FTK. I would cry. I would seriously be so upset. So there's tons of cards in Yu-Gi-Oh that can burn. I just didn't know at the time. I'm not an FTK expert, but apparently I played Gem-Knight FTK recently, and now I'm playing this one. But this is this is objectively like a way better deck than the Gem-Knight FTK. There's no shenanigans. It's just 3 warrior monsters, basically. And the deck that I found, I gotta give the guy tons of credit because, yeah, the Phantom Knights engine is so crazy in this deck. It's pretty much a 1-card FTK, which I don't think you can ask for much more of. I'm not really too comfortable with the ratios in this deck just quite yet, because like I want it to be 60 cards, but it's like you also want to have a higher chance of seeing Called by the Grave and Cross Out Designator. So it's maybe 50 cards is the right answer. There's just like a lot of bricks, and he surrenders. Like I just want to show how dumb consistent this is. So we'll just keep going along. Most of the time I get like halfway there, but all these different hands, normal summon, Butter Spy. So my deck is like way different to the one in the link. My ratios are so different because I'm like really comfortable playing with Cyber-Stein, not Cyber-Style. He scoops, so keep going along here. You can see kind of what I have going on. He's playing Armed Dragons, must be nice. Imagine you go to a YCS and you're playing like Branded Despia, and your opening hand is like Branded Fusion, Super Poly, Forbidden Droplets, whatever the case may be, and you're like, wow, this hand is so gas. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be able to break this board, and then Cyber-Stein hits the board. But yeah, so in my deck, I also include the 1-card Cyber-Stein combo, which is really, really neat, in my opinion. So, like, to be able to do it with it in your hand, like, it's never a brick. In fact, you want to see it. If Cyber-Stein was at 3, this deck would be so nuts. In terms of like how dumb consistent it is for an FTK, which apparently just always exists. If there are cards in Yu-Gi-Oh left, people will find a way to FTK. But you get to burn for 4,000, and then these birds kind of finish it off. The Blaze Phoenix, and there's not that many more. It's obviously a very straightforward type of thing. And this looks like a weird hand, but it's actually really, really good. This is Despia Monarch. Must be nice. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch Edia, and there's all of the ones that I need. All you need is a level 4. I like that you can add whatever. It doesn't really matter. A lot of times your opponent may like not accidentally, or like not understand the combo and ash it, and so it's just fine. It's just a free plus. Not that it matters. The duel's over at this point. Christian Holly Fibrax. So instead of Vylon Q, Vylon Sphere, way better. Like this deck is like 10 times better than when I first played it. And then you can just kind of switch those out, and then you can start doing the rest of it. How this card exists in copying effects, very bad idea in Yu-Gi-Oh. There's plenty of cards that are banned, so I don't really know how this is around. It's so funny this gains like a bunch of attack as if anybody's going to use this for its actual effect. And then there we go, burn for 4, and then 18, another 18. That's game. Must suck. Okay, here's Despia again. And look at this. He's got Branded Fusion. Pretty good. I think this is more of a pure Monarch version. Okay, so you do run a lot of hand traps because you do run the cross out package. So the idea of running 60 cards is that you can open up your combo plus hand traps, but you never know. This is like a really high risk card, honestly. I go back and forth on this one a lot. Because this actually, sends for cost. So if you have Malicious in your hand, it's pretty cool. But it is good to have normal summons because of Butter Spy, right? Butter Spy, whatever you want to call it. And I run stuff like White Veil just because there's not a lot of good, equip cards, right? Foolish Burial is like pretty decent in this deck as well, and that's it. Once you use this effect and it like goes through, unless they have like imperm, but I had the answer for it right here. And the reason I'm running like multiple White Veils and stuff is because I don't want to lose the duel because I open one, right? Because you're probably only playing 4 equip spells, so you kind of have to double up on all of them. FTKs are... they're so bad. There's no way to put it, but they're funny to play, that's for sure. Because it obviously has nothing to do with your opponent, right? They're so unhealthy, but I think this just shows how nuts like Yu-Gi-Oh is in general. If this does anything else, it definitely does that. Access code talker, which could really be Appaloosa, I guess. It doesn't matter. It's just a link 4 that you need to put on there. Cyber-Stein can finish this off. I'm not going to show any more replays after this, and I'm not going to show the deck profile like just quite yet, because I definitely want to get it down to something a little more. Like, the list I have now is fine, but I just feel like there's enough tweaking that can be done to maximize, you know, this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.